Second lieutenant is a junior commissioned officer military rank in many armed forces. Australia, like the United Kingdom, the rank of second lieutenant replaced the rank of ensign and cornet in 1871. The rank of second lieutenant was phased out in the Australian Regular Army in 1986. Canada. The Canadian Forces adopted the rank with insignia of a single gold ring around the service dress uniform cuff for both Army and Air personnel upon unification in 1968 until the late 2000s. For a time, naval personnel used this rank but reverted to the Royal Canadian Navy rank of acting sub-lieutenant, though the CF green uniform was retained until the mid-1980s. Currently, the Canadian Army insignia for second lieutenant is a pip and the Royal Canadian Air Force insignia for lieutenant is one thick braid. The equivalent rank for the Royal Canadian Navy is acting sub-lieutenant, also known as an ensign in the Foot Guards units. Indonesia. In Indonesia, second lieutenant is known as Lieutenant Dua, which is the most junior ranked officer in the Indonesian military. Cadets who graduate from the Indonesian Military Academy achieve this rank as young officers. The lieutenant rank has two levels, which are second lieutenant and first lieutenant. Israel. Since 1951 in the Israel Defense Forces has been equivalent to a second lieutenant. From 1948 to 1951 the corresponding rank was that of a Sagan, which since 1951 has been equivalent to lieutenant. Sagan Mishni means junior lieutenant and Sagan literally translates as assistant. Typically it is the rank of a platoon commander. Note that the IDF uses this rank across all three of its services. Norway. The equivalent rank in Norway is Fenrik. This is the first rank, where their commanding officer. Fenriks are usually former experienced sergeants, but to become a Fenrik one has to go through officers' training and education. Fenriks fill roles as second in command within a platoon. Fenriks are in some cases executive officers. Most Fenriks have finished the War Academy as well, and are fully trained officers. To qualify for the military academy, Fenriks are required to do minimum 6 months service in international missions before or after graduation. Pakistan. The Pakistan Army follows the British pattern of ranks. A second lieutenant is represented by one metal pip on each shoulder in case of khaki uniform, and one 4-quadric printed star on the chest in case of camouflage combat dress. However, a second lieutenant in the Pakistan Army is usually promoted to lieutenant 6 months after commissioning. United Kingdom and Commonwealth. The rank second lieutenant was introduced throughout the British Army in 1871 to replace the rank of ensign, although it had long been used in the Royal Artillery, Royal Engineers, Fusilier and Rifle regiments. At first the rank bore no distinct insignia. In 1902 a single Bath star was introduced. The ranks of lieutenant and captain had the number of stars increased by 1 to 2 and 3. The rank is also used by the Royal Marines. New British Army officers are normally commissioned as second lieutenants at the end of the commissioning course at RMA Sandhurst, and continue with specific training with the units, often with mentoring from senior NCOs. Progression to lieutenant rank usually occurs after about a year. In the British Armed Forces, second lieutenant is a rank which is not used as a form of address. A second lieutenant called Smith is addressed and referred to as Mr. Smith, except that in the Blues and Rolls, the title cornet is still used verbally in the Foot Guards ensign. These are used only in the Household Division. In the Royal Air Force the comparable rank is pilot officer. The The Royal Navy has no exact equivalent rank, and a second lieutenant is senior to a Royal Navy midshipman but junior to a sub-lieutenant. The Royal New Zealand Navy, breaking with Royal Navy tradition, uses the ensign grade for this rank equivalent. The Royal Australian Navy also breaks tradition in the sense that it has the equivalent rank of ensign, but it is titled acting sub-lieutenant. United States. In the United States, second lieutenant is the normal entry-level rank for most commissioned officers in the Army, Air Force and Marine Corps, and is equivalent to the rank of ensign in the Navy and Coast Guard. In the Army and Marine Corps, a second lieutenant typically leads a platoon-size element. In the Army, until December 1917, the rank bore no insignia other than a brown sleeve braid-on blouses and an officer's cap device and hat cord. In December 1917, a brass bar similar to the silver bar of a first lieutenant was introduced. In the Air Force, depending upon the career field, a second lieutenant may supervise flights as a flight leader, a deputy flight leader, or may work in a variety of administrative positions at the squadron, group, or wing level. A significant number of Air Force second lieutenants are full-time flight students in training for eventual designation as USAF pilots, combat systems officers or air battle managers. Insignia. The following are a selection of second lieutenant rank insignia, attempting to illustrate the range of variation between the insignia. Note that although many air forces use the rank of second lieutenant, in most Commonwealth Air Forces the equivalent rank of pilot officer is used. Very few navies use the rank second lieutenant.